How to play slide guitar. Learning how to play slide guitar has been said to help with finger picking. This is because, in playing slide, fretting is not necessary. It, therefore, becomes easier to focus on picking the strings. It doesn't stop here. Because of the precision required in playing slide, it helps to hone the guitarist's attention to intonation. About the slide guitar. A slide guitar is additionally known as the bottleneck guitar. The name is quite deceptive as this is not a different type of guitar, rather it is a style or technique of playing on the guitar strings. This type of technique involves the pressing of solid or hard objects against the guitar string to produce sound. The slide technique functions in the same manner that a guitarist would press his fingers against the fretboard. The pressing of the slide against the strings determines the pitch of the guitar. The beauty of this technique is how it reproduces the human singing tone. Choosing a slide. Slides are made from different materials, with glass and steel as the prevalent choices. In modern times, slides have been made out of ceramics and porcelain. In choosing a slide, apart from the tonal tendencies, the weight and comfortability are factors to be put into consideration. The slide guitar technique. The fingers used in the slide technique alternates between the pinky finger, the middle finger or the ring finger. Each of these fingers has its pros and cons. The use of the pinky fingers frees up the other fingers, but it is difficult to mute strings using the pinky finger. The middle finger is stronger, it offers more stability and precision, but it can make it difficult to navigate the other fingers as well. The ring finger does not provide as much stability and balance as the middle finger, but it does give more control and also makes the muting of strings easier. This tuning is used by a lot of guitarists, usually on a 6-string guitar. It consists of these notes, E2, A2, D3, G3, B3, E4, which represents 3 intervals of a perfect fourth, accompanied by a major third and culminates on another fourth. Tuning the slide guitar. The standard tuning is more versatile and pragmatic as it makes allowance for guitarists to transition between chords. It also minimizes the hand-to-fret movement. In this tuning, the chords cannot be shifted around the fretboard. This is because there is an interval of a major third between the second and the third strings, while all the other intervals are fourths. Open tuning is an alternative tuning. Here, the strings do not follow the sequence of the standard tuning. Rather, the guitar is tuned in such a way that strumming with no fretting produces a major or minor chord. Open tunings are common to blues music or the slide guitar. An open tuning can be chordal as well as modal. A number of slide guitar players use open tunings as opposed to the standard tuning, especially on acoustic guitars when used for the backing. The open tuning for the slide technique is more suited to the acoustic guitar. This is because of sound projection. The open tuning implies that all the strings are tuned in a way that the open string notes belong to a major or sometimes a minor chords. Below are the common open tunings: Open A, EACEAE Open B, BFBFBD Open C, CGCGCE Open D, DADFAD Open E, EBEGBE Open G tuning, GDGBD. The easiest and probably most accurate way of tuning a guitar is to use an electronic tuner. Playing the slide guitar. Things to keeping in mind. The largest percentage of slide guitar playing is on the first string. This should be kept in mind. The slide guitar can be played in any position, but some are more comfortable than others. Whether you are strumming notes or you are picking chords, the guitar needs to be stable and the guitarist ought to be comfortable. The picking hand must, therefore, be as relaxed as possible. Both hands must be in sync when playing the slide guitar. Steps to be taken. The first step is to detune your guitar, or in the alternative choose a tune for your guitar. Open tunings, such as Open E, E B E G sharp B E, Open A, E A E A C sharp E, and Open G, D G D G B D, are preferred by many players of the slide guitar. 1. Detune your guitar into Open G, so the notes are D G D G B D. Playing all 6 open strings at once gives you a G chord. 2. An open string is one that is played without putting your hands on any frets. 3. Put the slide of your choice on your finger. The slide should not go past the knuckle. This is the appropriate length. 4. Try on different sizes of slides and test them by playing a simple note or chord. 5. Mute the part of the string that is not picked, those from the slide to the headstock. The importance of this is to prevent vibration, and if this is not done it will produce unwanted sound. 5. The hand-picking fingerstyle is used to keep the guitar's strings that you aren't playing muted. The most common is to play the string with the index finger, while fingers 2/3 mute the thinner strings and the thumb mutes the thicker strings. 6. Muting the unwanted string is done behind the slide to get rid of the notes you probably don't want to hear. 7. Depending on the finger which the slide is on, use the remaining fingers aside and press them gently upon the string. Do not apply too much pressure on the strings. The slide is replacing the fret. In this technique, the slide is not pressed down on the strings, as this will alter the pitch of the guitar. Rather, what you want to do with the slide is to apply a light pressure that ought to produce smooth sounds. The slide is to lightly rest on the strings of the guitar and is not to be pressed too hard. The slide should be exactly parallel to the frets. The slide is to be placed on the fret. 7. Keep the slide straight and parallel to the frets. Keep your thumb squarely at the back of the guitar's neck. 8. In playing the slide guitar, press the slide directly above a fret on a string, but don't press the string on the fretboard. 9. The next step is to pick the string and move the slide slowly up and down. Compare the note of the sound produced using your slide to the fretted note in order to ascertain how close you are. The intonation of your pitch is vital. The fret wires will be helpful as a guide. 10. If the slide bangs against the frets or fingerboard, then it means that you have applied too much pressure. Lighten the pressure of the slide against the strings a little. 11. The correct placement of your picking hand is above the sound hole, with your thumb pointing towards the headstock and your fingers just below it above the strings. In conclusion, learning the basics of how to play a slide guitar might not seem too difficult, but the playing itself is not a stroll in the park. Getting your hand position right and making it as relaxed as possible will go a long way in making slide guitar an enjoyable activity. When playing, it is important for the picking hand to be very controlled, as the guitarist won't just be picking strings with it, but also muting the unwanted strings. A simple rule to follow is to keep the heel of your hand on the bridge of the guitar and just slightly on the strings, so they're all palm muted. From this position, it will be easier strum across all 6 strings with a simple arc motion from your thumb, and all the strings should sound muted. Play mostly on the first string for the first week and keep practicing. Consistently adjust the pressure of the slides while trying to develop a rich, smooth, and sonorous note with no knocks or rattles. Hang the hand from the thumb on the back of the neck and let the weight of your hand and the slide do the work in producing a vibrato. Don't be stiff in your hand movements, just wiggle your fingers softly over the strings. Try all angles of approach to each note. Attempt to slide up or down to each note in several different sounding ways. Remain relaxed in the left hand and remember to play the pitches in tune over the fret. A lot of patience and practice is required. Do not assume to master this style immediately. There are no shortcuts, and regardless of your choice of guitar, whether it is acoustic, electrical or a resonance guitar, it is all about the rhythm. If you've enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button below and hit the notification bell so you'll know once we post a new video. Also drop a comment below so we can know your thoughts. Finally, don't forget to check the description below for more details and visit our site, www.zimguitars.com, for more awesome guitar content like this.